Hey everyone, Aesop's here. We just received some critical Shibarium news. Let's talk about what's going on. And you guys might be wondering, when is Shibarium finally going to go live? I think we have an answer, at least a closer answer. Let's dive into what we just got. Okay, first of all, you guys can go over to the official Satoshi Twitter account. Make sure you're going to the right place, or I should say X account now. Make sure you guys are going over to the right place. And basically the way that you could find this article, it's not even announced yet. You could see on his Twitter or X, you could see last post from a couple days ago. There's a new blog post update. So if we go to this other blog post that he posted about, we go back to the website main page, boom, right here, update number 4 just came out, hot off the press, guys. Let's talk about what this update has. Spoiler alert, there's some great news that we can talk about. And we're also, make sure you guys stay till the end, subscribe down below if you enjoy this video, but make sure you guys stay till the end for some important information about the current price of Shibarium and Bone. So let's get into it. So obviously Shibarium has been having some scaling problems. They've been putting out multiple blog posts, which, hey, props to them, guys. I cannot emphasize this enough. Having a team that's out here communicating every single day with us, telling us what is going on, giving us daily updates, absolutely amazing, great transparency from the team. So they deserve props. Even though things are not going well, they deserve props for being great at communicating. Now, what have we got for this update? First of all, they've been doing a lot of testing, a lot of tweaking as well to parameters to achieve a ready state for Shibarium. So essentially a ready state or a state where Shibarium is ready to be relaunched or remade public. That way everyone could go ahead and interact with Shibarium yet again. And right now they're saying it is now enhanced and optimized. As mentioned, it's still in testing, but currently they have it producing blocks. This is great. It's currently running. They've done some upgrades. They're getting very, very close to having this ready for us to start using again. Now, if you guys don't know what's been happening with Shibarium and why Shibarium ended up just having a really difficult launch, to say the least, make sure you guys go ahead, check out one of my other videos after you finish watching this video, help add some more context for you as to the problems they were having in details, hard evidence, hard information about what happened. Now let's talk about this some more. So first of all, it's important to note that they're actually solving this problem for the future. So we should not have this problem in the future. Great to know. They're enabling new monitoring system and additional fail safes, including rate limiting. So essentially a problem that they're having is they're getting spammed with hundreds of millions of requests, which just end up crashing things because there's too many requests coming in such a short time span. I believe it was 15 minutes. It was just a couple minutes. They got hundreds of millions of requests in a couple minutes. Way too much for what their servers can handle. So what they did, they rate limited, and they rate limited at the RPC level, and they have an auto server reset in case they get huge level of traffic again. So first of all, they're trying to avoid that from happening, but if something happens where they get massive traffic again, they have an automatic reset function. That way things just don't go down and be locked down like what they had before, which apparently, as we learned in the other video, was intentional. It was a fail-safe mechanism that they had to just shut everything down. That way they can protect users' funds. And so they are almost ready to reopen to the public, which is great news. Something I was talking about is we really need to see this come out with the next week or two, and hopefully this week we'd get that information. It sounds like it's very possible we're going to have this thing reopen to the public within the next week. Now they have a whole paragraph here talking about futters. Basically, we can break this down in really simple terms. If you guys see something out there on the internet that seems bad or seems good and you don't see any evidence to it, don't trust it. That's essentially what this comes down to. As I went ahead and show you guys at the start of this video, I showed you how you could find this article yourself and verify that what I'm showing you is authentic. When we had the problems with Shibarium, there were tons of fake screenshots circulating saying, oh no, millions of dollars is lost and we can't recover it. Fake screenshots of Satoshi supposedly saying that, which were not true. So make sure you guys are being very careful. Watch out for FUD and just false information. Anything that you guys are really trusting that's important, anything that's critical, make sure there is evidence to support it. And then they have this whole thing about how they want everyone who supports Shibarium, people who support the Shiba Inu community, people in the Shiba community to get the support that they need through Shibarium. And hopefully they're going to try and work with a bunch of different people to make Shibarium a success and make everyone on Shibarium have success. That is their goal here, is to have a successful platform and have everyone on the platform see success, which is great. That's what everyone wants to see, right? And they also emphasize something important. Again, this goes back to make sure that there is evidence, make sure that you can verify what you guys are seeing. Make sure you do your own research in any project, product, token, service, platform, or whatever else might be on Shibarium after it launches. There's probably going to be lots of scams. I'm going to try and keep you guys updated on all scams, all things that are legit, scam warnings, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you guys are subscribed down below for that important information to protect your wallet. But make sure you guys are doing your research before you go ahead and do anything. And anything that I show you, make sure you also verify. Don't just trust me. But I'm going to try and provide you guys that concrete information, provide you the links, provide you all that stuff that you can go ahead and verify yourself. Make sure you guys are very careful. There's a lot of excitement about Shibarium. I'm super excited when Shibarium launches again, but I got to be careful. We all have to be careful. Watch out for these scam things out there. Okay, so the next steps, what you guys have been waiting for, what are we expecting here for Shibarium going forward? What are we expecting these coming days? First of all, tomorrow, they're going to be adding additional validators to go live, which is great. More validators, more decentralization sounds good to me. This gives you even more options to stake your bone at for a share of the rewards earned in these two roles in our society, the stakers and the validators. So this is great. You're going to have another place where you could actually stake your bone. More options for that, more decentralization. That sounds great. Testing is going to wrap up and they'll prepare for public consumption once again. Now, they don't say when testing is going to wrap up, but I would expect to see testing is going to wrap up, in my opinion, based on the pace that they've been going with a bunch of stuff, probably within the next 2 or 3 days. I don't see it taking longer than by the end of the week, essentially by Friday for us, or for me at least. I don't see it happening later than that. So I think by Friday, we should expect to see a live version of Shibarium, unless there's some kind of problem, in which case we should kind of be prepared for it to maybe take another week. Maybe there's something horrible that happens, some kind of bug that shows up. Rather have it fixed, rather wait another week than have people lose tons of money. So based on the timeline we're seeing right now, I think it's going to happen here very soon. But if it does take another week, it's not a big deal, guys. They're being great with transparency, great with communication. Yes, it stinks to wait longer, but we should be prepared to wait longer if we have to. And then tomorrow, they're going to also start implementing the SHIB paper. We're going to probably have a video dedicated about that, so make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And that way, within this year, they can have more than just a framework, but a working system for government and management that proves our perpetual decentralization digital nation state is real and here to change the world. Essentially, trying to start actually implementing some of these decentralization goals that they've been having and making it not just talk, not just a piece of paper that sounds nice, but actually implement what is in that, which is really exciting. Again, bringing power back to us, back to the SHIB community, back to the SHIB army, back to the people, power to the people. That is the goal here. And this is why I love SHIB Inu so much. There's so much focus on bringing power back to the people instead of just keeping it centralized with a few people. So as we go ahead and look at what is SHIB Inu doing right now, obviously SHIB Inu is down right now. We actually ended up having, just before I started recording this video, a massive decline in value, not only for SHIB Inu, but we can go ahead and look at the overall crypto market. You can see Bitcoin, for example, also took a little bit of a tumble here just recently. So we're seeing overall crypto market, again, Bitcoin down about 2%, SHIB Inu down closer to 3% right now. But you can see overall crypto market not having the best day right now. SHIB Inu is getting hit a lot harder than other things. Now, hey, if you guys bought basically 2 weeks ago, I feel bad for you. I'm sorry. You guys bought basically up here at these peak levels at a 1-1 level. Now we're down at 7-8. So you're down pretty significantly, basically 25% on where you bought. You guys always got to be careful with where you're buying, where you're selling. As always, you have to do your own research and make sure you guys are doing what is best for you. But yeah, just try and be careful. Make sure you're aware of the buy the rumor, sell the news. A lot of these common trends that we tend to see out there. I do expect to see, once we get Shibarium live, I think we could see price spike up, basically back up to this one level. I think it's totally possible we could see that happen. Then maybe we hover around there with a dramatically increased volume for SHIB Inu. I think we're going to see a lot more volume coming in for SHIB Inu, but I'm not sure that the price is necessarily going to keep running up. I think there's a lot of people, again, who are trying to buy the rumors, sell the news. Some of them obviously cashed out. You can see that very clearly with this chart here. Buy the rumors, sell the news ended up occurring quite a bit. But I think there's a lot of people, when we have the Shibarium problems, that didn't end up selling, that are still waiting to sell. So I think we're going to have some price action going in the upward direction. However, I think that's going to kind of flatline right in about this level. Again, do your own research. None of this is financial advice. This is my personal opinions. And this is what I am looking at. But I'm seeing this thinking, there's probably a good amount of people that still want to sell. There's a good amount of people that maybe are sitting on the sidelines waiting to get into Shibarium and wanted to buy SHIB, more of that to actually use on Shibarium, I should say. People want to utilize Shibarium with their SHIB. So I think that's going to help create some positive price action for SHIB Inu. But more importantly, I think Bone is going to see a lot of price action. I think a lot of people are overlooking, and let me know in the comments down below. Did you guys know this? Did you know that to use Shibarium, you're going to have Bone? Did you know that? Did you think that you could just use SHIB Inu, or did you know that you have to have Bone? I think there's a lot of people out there. Maybe you guys on YouTube, hey, you guys are doing great. You're watching informational videos just like this one. You're keeping up to date. So you guys probably more so know about this than don't. No hate on anybody who doesn't know. It's kind of something that's not been talked about enough in my opinion. But I think there's a lot of people outside of this YouTube sphere who probably don't know that they need Bone to use Shibarium. There's a lot of people that are not aware that Bone is going to be used for the transaction fee. You can actually see this in any block in here. We can go ahead and see these different transaction fees coming through in terms of Bone. So you can see those fees in terms of Bone. I think a lot of people don't know that. And because of that, I think Bone is going to see some explosive growth because there's not a lot of people that currently hold Bone. And so I think if anything is going to see really explosive growth off the relaunch of Shibarium, I think Bone is the big contender that I'm looking to personally pick up a bag for. Again, not financial advice is what I'm personally looking towards, but I'm looking at Bone and seeing, you know what, if I'm trying to pick one, I'm trying to pick either SHIB and Bone or Bone to see explosive growth. Bone right now, basically $10 million at 24-hour volume, market cap shy of $300 million. Shibinu, on the other hand, market cap over $4.5 billion, 24-hour volume, $160 million. So really, if we get a few thousand people to buy a few dollars worth of Bone, you could see a actual substantial increase in Bone. But a few thousand people buying a few $100s worth of Bone or a few $100s worth of Shiba Inu. And so that's what I'm looking at. I'm super excited for the next couple days for the relaunch of Shibarium, get things back on the right track. Really excited to see all these different utilities come to the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Really excited to see how this plays out with Bone, with Shibarium, with Shiba Inu. Really excited to just see what happens, right? We're all in this for the ride. I'm excited to go along the ride. If you guys want to join me on the ride, make sure you guys subscribe down below. And as I mentioned, if you have not already seen my previous videos outlining in detail the problems with Shibarium, make sure you guys go ahead, check out that video up here, and I'll catch you on the next one.